brackets, haven't we? That meant get rid of the bracket. Now, sometimes we have to do what we call factorising, and that's the opposite of expanding. So if expanding was get rid of brackets, factorising is going to be putting brackets in. Okay, so we're going to be put brackets in. Okay, so what we're going to do is try and find things that are common to each of the terms. Okay? So, if we were asked to factorise 3x plus 12, it means that we're trying to find something common to the 3x and the 12. Now, I know that 3x means 3 multiplied by x. Yes, you're happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, this dot here, this fancy dot, means multiply. So what I've done is I've just got 3 dot x. Now, 12. There are lots of different ways that I could write the number 12. I could write 1 multiplied by 12, 2 multiplied by 6, 3 multiplied by 4. Okay, we're trying to find factors. Remember, factor is are numbers that make up something. So a factors of 12 would be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Yes, you're happy with that?
Yes.
Now, I've chosen the factors 3 and 4. Why do you think I've chosen 3 and 4 as opposed to 2 and 6 and 1 and 12?
Because there's like this. Or is that where it brought it to?
That's where I brought it to. Why do you think when I looked at this expression here did I choose 3 and 4?
Well, maybe because
we're looking for common things. So why do you think I chose 3 and 4 instead of 2 and 6?
there's a 3 right there.
Yes, because good. So do you see that? So because there was a 3 in this first one, it was a good choice to have the 3 multiplied by 4 for the second term. Yes? Because if I had 3x plus 2 times 6, there's nothing common there, is there? Okay? So that's not helpful. Whilst it's the same, it's an equivalent statement, it's not helpful. Abby?
Why are we, I don't understand where the 1 and the 12 come from.
Because they are numbers that multiply together to make 12.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Sorry.
Okay? So, now I've rewritten it like this, I can see that this 3 here is common, isn't it? Yes? Same for both. That means that what I can do is write that number at the front, and then anything that I haven't underlined or hadn't underlined in red goes inside my bracket. I know, do you not know you're making this? So, my 3 was common, so that's just written at the front, and we only write it once. The reason being is because it's common, okay? So, the whole idea is that we're writing common things to the front, and we'll just write them there once. Now, that's my final answer. Done. Yep.
But you don't even time
No.
Why do you find common factors of just 12?
No, sweetheart, we're trying to find the common factors of 3x and also 12.
What happened to the 0.4?
It's not 0.4, remember, that means multiply by 4.
I mean, the 3. What happened to the 3?
So the 3 was common, so it was written at the front.
Why are you just doing the ones that make up 12?
Because our question is 3x plus 12. We're going to do different things in a minute in different questions. Okay? So, now, my blue line indicates I've finished, but what I can do now is check to see if I've done it right. So, we know that the opposite process is expanding. So if I were to expand or get rid of my bracket, I know that both of these two things inside the bracket have to be multiplied by the thing in front. So I would do 3 multiplied by x, so that would be 3x, and 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Okay, and that's what we started off with, so
You know that's right.
we know it's good. Now, here's the problem. We have to make sure that we've brought the highest common factor to the front. Now, sometimes we could have have a situation where we can see something's common, but it's not the biggest number. But when you expand it, you do get the right answer. So what you have to look out for is that there's nothing else common in this bracket here. Okay? And I can see that there's just a secret 1 and a 4, so there can be nothing common there. Okay? Now when I say nothing common, 1 is common to everything. So that would have been included in our list. Georgie.
Why do you put it early? No, like just to check it.
No, that was just my check then. Oh. Okay? Right, let's have a look here then. So we've got factorise 8x plus 20. Alright, this is more complicated because there are several different ways that we can get 8 and there are several different ways we can get 20. Now, this would be a prime example of something where a mistake would be made. But we're looking for the highest possible number. So, we think of the number 8. Remember, 1 is not in our mix. So, ways of getting 8 would just be 4 and 2. Yes, you're happy with that? And obviously the x is there as well.
No, I'm confused. Can we, how does 4 go into 8?
Enough.
How does 4 go into 8 and 5?
No, we're trying to split 8x into numbers that multiply to get 8x. So we've got 4 multiplied by 2.
Why aren't we circling with 20 like we did in the last one?
We're going to now, sweetheart.
Okay.
Now, up here we didn't because 3, there's only one way of getting 3 and 1. There's only one way of making the number 3 multiplied by 1. Yes? But for 8, there's 1 multiplied by 8, or 8 multiplied by 1. But that's not useful for us. So we're going to try 4 and 2.
Well, I forget the 4.5.
I didn't get 4.5. Remember the dot means multiplied. Okay, so I've decided that 8 is the 4 multiplied by 2. So then we say to ourselves, hang on a minute, is there anything common? Now, we could have said that this was 2 multiplied by 10. Okay? What's the matter, Abby? You're shaking your head.
I'm very confused.
That 2 multiplied by 10 gives 20? What are you confused about, sweetheart?
Why is there 2x? Where it says 4.
Because it's 8, so it's 4 and 2, but the x has to stay there. It's
Oh, I thought it was just 2x.
no, the 4 is there as well, look. Okay?
The dot's kind of confusing.
It just means multiply. If I put lots of multiply signs, that would probably also confuse you. Okay? So this 20, I can think of as 2 and 10. But remember, we're trying to find the biggest possible number. So we also have to think, okay, is there anything bigger that goes into 20? Well, my other option here was a 4. Does 4 divide into 20?
Yes.
And the answer is yes, and it would be 4 multiplied by 5. So that's why we've chosen the 4 and the 5. Do you all see that?
Like, I see that 4 multiplied by 5.
Right, okay. Everyone shouting at once is not helpful. Sarah's got a hand up.
Will the dots ever change to an information sign?
No.
So,
Abby had a hand up then?
what does the, why is it 4 times 5? Why isn't it something else?
Because which other ways can we multiply numbers to get 20? Okay, and we said that 2 and 10 could be an option, but we want to try and find a bigger number. Now we know that the only other way of getting 8 is 4 and 2, other than 1 8. Okay, we know that 8 doesn't go into 20, so that wasn't an option. So it's either going to be a 4 or a 2. So we chose 2, yep, that does go into it, but we have to check to see does 4 go into it as well. And 4 does go into 20, so we're going to choose that one because that's the biggest number. Okay, so we're always trying to find the biggest number.
Oh,
Oh, Georgie?
so say if you like 2 was bigger, like the second number was bigger, like you find that number.
Yeah, and we're going to do a few more examples, so hopefully that will answer your question. Sarah?
So, I don't get, so, is factorizing mean that it's simplifying it?
Factorize is just writing it in a different way. It's not necessarily simplifying, it's just writing it in a different way.
So the actual numbers are 4.2x.
4 and 2x and 4 and 5.
So then, why did it give you the answer at the top then?
No, because we're starting off with, we haven't finished the question yet, sweetheart. So this is just our working step. So this is what we started off with, and I'll show you what we're going to finish with in a second.
So which one did we start with? The 8x?
8x plus 20, that's what we started, that was our question.
And so how did we get 4.2?
Because 4 multiplied by 2 gives us 8. Yes, and the x has to be there. And then 4 multiplied by 5 gives us 20.
Okay, and also in the test, if you didn't have the dog, you just have
No, that's fine. Don't worry about the job.
Could you, why a test will it tell us anything like, how will we be able to tell that that's not a decimal point and that it means?
Okay, you won't see this in the test. This you won't see. If it's confusing you, goodbye. Okay? So you will just see this. So you have to look at this and say, okay, right, what am I going to do? I need to find something that's common. So I need to find ways of multiplying numbers together to get 8. Now, 1 multiplied by 8 is not going to help us, remember, because 1 is no good. So we think to ourselves, does 8 go into 20? Okay, your answer then would be no. So we need to do something else. So, right, we have to find another way of multiplying numbers to get 8. Another way of multiplying numbers to get 8 is to have 2 multiplied by 4. Okay? And the x has to be there. Alright? So we've changed that. Now we're going to try and change our 20 to help us. Now, we're going to use one of these two numbers. Okay? So we're going to say, well, does 2 go into 20? Yes, it would be 2 times 10. Does 4 go into 20? Yes, it would be 4 times 5. Because our answer was yes for the 4, we're going with that option because it was the bigger number. Abby.
On the test,
Let's not worry quite so much about on the test.
I know.
What's the matter?
Well, like, what if you choose, if you give us a sheet and we're like, it's for the practice or something, and it's not great, it's just like a quiz, and you give it to us and we write 2 and 2 times 10 instead of...
Then you won't have fully factorized it, so you wouldn't get the marks.
Okay.
Okay? Sarah?
So, how can you will it say something about, like, it's not a decimal because it looks like...
No, again, you don't, this is just my way, this is the way I'm teaching you to work it out. You don't have to write it like this if you don't want to.
Oh,
And if you set up like a test, because that helps with the...
No, darling, it's just going to be this question.
Wait, so if on the test, if you're working like on a worksheet, if you're working it out, could you do 2 times 4x plus 4 times...
Yes, you can totally do that. Alright, may I possibly finish this and then we can answer your questions? Okay, because I haven't finished this question yet. So at this point, we say what's common. What do I see in both of these two terms? I see a 4. So I underline it. Okay? Now we must only write what's common once. So we write it at the front. And then anything that's left, so I had a 2 and an x, they were together because they're all in one term, plus 5.
and that would be it.
And that's your answer.
Why did we write the 2 for 10?
Pardon?
Why did we write 2 for 10?
Because we were trying to decide does 2 go into 10, and we said does 2 go into 20, and it did. But we chose this as an option because it's a bigger number. Okay? Right, so Sika, what was your question?
Will they ever give you like 2 points for
No.
or
You'll have whole numbers, they'll be big numbers.
It will say factorising.
It will say factorize. Yes, Georgia.
Never mind.
Alright, I'm going to get rid of this. I know you have it in front of you, but I'm getting rid of it. So we've got x squared. We have to say to ourselves, what does x squared mean? Jade?
x times x.
X times x. X times x. I've just written them next to each other. And we've got 5 times x. Is there any way of getting 5 other than 1 multiplied by 5?
No.
No? Okay, so we're just going to write plus 5x. Okay? So we then look at this. Is there anything common?
Yeah.
See that?
Is there anything?
I didn't do the dots, no.
So,
Is there anything common?
yeah.
What?
With the x.
Okay, they both have an x. Is that what you mean?
Oh,
So I can see I've got an x here and also an x here. Okay? Notice I've only underlined one of my x's here because there's only one here. So I write that at the front. And then I'm going to open up my bracket. What have I not underlined? An x,
I don't
a plus,
I don't underline that.
and a 5. I'm sorry, pardon?
Why do you not underline that?
Because it's only one x to the other
You
side.
do one of the things you did up, but you
Okay, if you are going to do something to this term, you do the same thing to that term. You can't underline 2 things here and only 1 thing here.
Okay.
You understand?
So there were like 4 x's.
If there were 4 x's here and 3 x's here, we would underline 3 of them here and 3 of them here.
And then it goes to maybe 1 thing.
There would be 1 left for someone else.
Put it in there. Wait, so
We'll do some more examples. We will do some more examples.
no, it's not that.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to get going.
I have a question.
Yes.
One will ever be like you have to change the positive and negative. You know, like add and subtract, you don't have to change that.
No.
Like if it's x plus minus 5x,
Then you would have minus.
or what if it was like positive x?
Maybe later on, but not just now.
Okay, and also, wait, I'll put tears in the bracket.
Possibly.
So for now, so you wouldn't do the 2 first x's, you wouldn't add
No, we've always kind of split it up in the same way we were splitting up all these other things. Yes.
pretty much.
We're just splitting them up so we can see them in a different way. Alright, 6x squared. So as I said, you've already got them, but I'm getting rid of it because it seems to be stressing some of that. 6x squared. Now, 6. I can see I've got 6 for both of them. So do I need to change the number 6 to be 2 times 3? No, because I can see that I've got that already. But we need to deal with the x's. So 6x squared would mean 6x x. Yes?
Yeah.
And 6x is obviously just 6x. And then we say what's common? Well, a 6 is common. And an x is also
Can we
common.
write 6x cubed?
No, so we would write 6x that's common. Okay? And then we open up our bracket. And we would write what's left. X plus, oh, we've run out. Now, if you have underlined each part of a term, you are left with a 1. Because remember, there could be a secret 1 next to anything. Yes? So you would just write plus 1. Okay? Not leave it blank or write plus 0. You would write plus 1. Sarah?
So, if you had 2 x's on one side, 2 x's on the other side,
You wouldn't have that, sweetheart, because you would be drawing them as like terms.
and if you had 2x on one side, 2x on the other side.
Listen to what I just said. You wouldn't have two x's because you would join them together.
So you can't have 3y on the
Madison.
side, 3y on the other side.
No, because if they were like terms, you would just join the like terms together.
So
So if they were exactly the same combinations of letters, try not to think too much about what if until we do some practice, okay? Because that will help a lot. All right, so we've got x squared y. So again, I'm getting rid of this. No, you've got it in front of you anyway, so don't stress. X squared y. We have to be careful here to know what's being squared. It's just the x. So that's x, y. Now there's no way of splitting 3 up, so we're just leaving that as 3x, y. We have a look to see what's common. Abby, what's common to both this side of the plus sign and this side?
the x, y.
The x and the y. The x and the y. Notice it doesn't matter which x I underlined here. You could have underlined this one, but you only underlined one of them. So we write x, y is common at the front. And then inside the bracket, Miley, what's left?
X and the plus sign and the 3.
Let's go. How do we feel about that?
Pretty good.
Yes?
So
So we split it, and then we see what's common. I'll leave that one.